I'll be completely honest with you guys. This is probably the first movie that I've ever come across that actually felt like work. It felt really, it was really hard to watch and really hard to write notes down. And it's really hard for me to sit here and talk about this absolutely shitty movie directed by an equally shittier person. So, let's just get through this shit and just get through it, because it's a part of the fucking timeline, so I have to talk about it. But let's just get on with it, seriously. Okay, so the movie starts off with two scenes. One scene is, one scene is the Jean Grey meet Xavier and Magneto scene, whatever. But the scene I want to talk about is the Angel scene. This is actually the first time that we've gotten Angel in this movie. I mean, this is the first time for X-Men 3 in 2006. 2006 was the first time that we got Beast on the screen. It was the first time we got Kitty Pryde on the scene. It was the first time that we got Angel on the scene. I mean, this movie was bound to be good, right? Yeah, no, it's not. I mean, Angel in this, he has like an entire opening scene, right? And he has absolutely nothing to do with this fucking movie. He has nothing to do with it. He only shows up 4, maybe 5 times in the movie, and they're not like actual full-on scenes. They're just like, oh, there he is. He appears. I mean, there's this one. It's absolutely shite, and he agrees with his dad about doing this experiment thing where he gets to be transformed back into a, or get transformed into a human, whatever. And he agrees to this, but then for the plot, you know, just for the plot, just for whatever's sake, he decides to disagree halfway through the procedure and fucking jumps out the window. So Angel has absolutely nothing to do with this story. He's in the movie, but he doesn't add or subtract anything to this fucking movie. He doesn't do anything for the plot. Anything. He does nothing! Okay, this girl that can apparently sense other mutants and their powers is honestly the stupidest thing, because, you know what, she only exists so that Magneto can go and get, you know, free Mystique. And then when he does, she gets turned into a fucking human! What the hell? This girl that can apparently sense other mutants and their powers is put into the story only so Magneto can go and free Mystique, but then she gets turned into a human. I mean, what the hell? Why? If that's what he was getting to, then why would he turn her into a human? Whew. Okay, so in the first 20 to maybe 30 minutes, this movie is already as choppy as hell. I mean, we go from Mystique to Jean Grey to the X-Men to Magneto to the government, and it's not fluid. It's like, what the hell's going on? I mean, what? Okay, so the mutant grading system exists only because there's a mutant grading system in this movie, and it wasn't in the previous ones before this one, and it's not in any of the other X-Men movies after this movie, that is, okay? And the only reason it exists is to put emphasis on how powerful, okay, Jean Grey or the Phoenix is. That's the only reason this grading system is in this movie. Because it's freaking lazy writing, and that's all that they could come up with. In fact, there had to be someone on this movie, okay, that said, hey, Brett Ratner, this isn't going to turn out well, okay? You need to do something to change this movie. Looks like whoever spoke up about it was either ignored or shot and killed. But I guess that's the world we live in. I don't know what it is, but it's definitely not the acting, because I will tell you that all the actors and actresses in this movie are great, okay? We've seen that in previous ones, seen that in recent ones after this one, okay? But somehow the writers, or the writers under Brett Ratner's influence, made all these characters, well, particularly the X-Men, come across as utter dicks. Like, Professor X has been a dick to Logan. Logan has been a dick to Professor X. Logan's been a dick to the other X-Men and Storm's been a dick to him. I mean, what the hell? This isn't a proper team or family, or it's not the X-Men. They're all being dicks to each other. What the hell? Okay, so the Phoenix Saga. I can imagine that this is what Bryan Singer was leading to, okay? This is probably what he was leading to, you know, considering X2 when, you know, that scene where she's in the museum and she's telling Scott about how she is having so many dark nightmares and dreams and stuff, and she's getting scared and stuff, and other scenes in X2 that you know are sort of displaying her power increasing and getting more, and how she is getting more and more unstable. I'm pretty sure that the Phoenix Saga is what Bryan Singer was leading up to, okay? Right? So why doesn't she do anything in this fucking movie, okay? All she does is kill Professor X, almost kill Logan, but when she's in the climax of the movie, she does nothing in the fight. She's just standing there. I mean, some would argue that when Logan is attempting to kill her, yes, because it's a sacrifice that has to be made, which is not a completely terrible idea. I mean, that idea has potential, but it just doesn't work out for this movie. But the only thing she does in the climax of the movie is when, like, the soldiers come to attack her from behind. What about the soldiers that were attacking all of them from the front? So, I honestly... What the fuck is this paper for? It's blank. Anyway, don't need that, but... What was I saying? Yeah, it was just hard to really write down, like, really go deep in this movie because, again, it's bad, and because it's so choppy and it just goes all over the place. And the only interesting thing, story-wise, okay, and character-wise, the only interesting thing that happens is how Scott is so conflicted with Jean's death. That is the only thing that is interesting in this movie. I was really feeling him. I was like, man, yeah, that would hurt, like, seriously. And then they fucking kill him. Why? Why would you do that? The best part of it, the man that is so conflicted about his girlfriend's death, he's killed. Okay, so I have a notion, or really a really big idea of how this movie, of how to improve at least the story of this movie. Okay, so I can imagine that if Bryan Singer was behind this, that he would have made this completely about Jean Grey and the Phoenix, because that's what he was leading to and hinting at in X2, right? So make this movie, I don't know, make something happen that recreates the tension between the human community and the mutant community. A tension that we've possibly never seen before, okay? And the government has a secret weapon, the Sentinels. But the Brotherhood of Mutants and the X-Men, they don't know that the government has this secret weapon behind them, okay? They don't know this, right? So, you have all this tension between the human and mutant community, right? Then you have Jean Grey come back. And because she's the Phoenix, you know, shit's gonna get real. Things are gonna go out of control. So that would only make things worse. The government, right, would respond to this in a pretty hostile way with the Sentinels. But no. All the potential that is in this movie is not used. It's just Brett Ratner wanted to make every movie fan and every X-Men fan suffer. Yeah, I don't know why, because he's a dick. I gotta tell you guys, I honestly don't know. There are so many things wrong with this movie that you can't really... that it's not just one thing that pulls this movie down. It's a plethora of things that pulls this movie down. The list that I gave you earlier honestly could go on for another 2 or 3 another 2, 3, maybe 4 pages. Anyway, I'm so glad that this movie review is over and that I don't have to talk about this movie ever again, hopefully. Honestly don't know what the future holds, but go down, like and comment on this video and subscribe to my channel for more movie reviews, trailer reactions and random videos.